Okay, here we go. Today's my planting day. I've been so excited. I've been anxious. Today's a beautiful day. It's probably in the 60s, I suppose, and just a very slight breeze. Blue skies, beautiful. Y'all can see how beautiful that is. So I'm going to be planting my potatoes today, and it's probably not for everyone to plant this early. I'm just taking a chance on the early planting so I can get a little jump start. Our last frost is probably around March 31st, and a lot of people don't like to plant their summer crops or their flowers until after Good Friday, but Good Friday is April 15th, and I just can't wait that long. So what I'll probably do is I'll go ahead and get them in the ground, and I'm gonna cover them with my plastic. You see, like I did with my beets, I'm still protecting them, and my onions and garlic. So I will protect my potatoes because they're not frost hardy. They will die, the tops, if they come up, they will die with the frost. But they'll come back as long as the piece of potato, the seed potato, doesn't rot or it doesn't freeze, which our ground hasn't really frozen this winter, so I don't foresee a ground freeze. So it's just, with gardening, you take a chance. It's kind of like a little gamble that you take a chance on planting early. So I'm going to show y'all, give y'all a little bit of advice about planting your seed potatoes when you are ready. Okay, you can plant all the way up into the spring, into April. I wouldn't recommend after May because it gets so hot, the tops will die down. They really suffer from a high heat. So I'm gonna turn this around and give y'all some tips, okay? So hang on just a second. Okay, earlier I had just kind of spread some of this organic fertilizer, and it's not high in nitrogen. You don't really want a lot of nitrogen at first. You want a little, but you don't need real high nitrogen. Nitrogen's more for the green leafy vegetables and cabbage and broccoli, things like that are just totally green. For root crops, you need more phosphorus and potassium to form good healthy roots. And I've even put Epsom salt on it. You mix about 1/4 cup of Epsom salt with a gallon of water, and you can water them that way after the shoots come up. That'll give them magnesium, which is really good for the potatoes. It helps them form a good tough skin. Not a tough skin, but I mean a tougher skin, so that it doesn't get penetrated by diseases and bugs. And then what I did is let me stand up and get my shadow out of the way. I went ahead and worked the fertilizer into the soil with a rake or a hoe, and then I dug a trench, and you want it about 6 inches deep. Let me show y'all a few things here that I did. Okay, so last year I put chicken wire under this bed because I was having so much trouble with the gophers. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see in the sunlight, but you see that wire down there? And so what I'm doing is I'm placing the potato down, eyes up, where the sprouts are going to be, they're facing up, with the potato skin that's kind of cured. Put that down on the bottom. And then you're going to cover it with about 3 inches of soil. Just put my little spade there. These spades are really good because they've got the measurements on them. Oh, and also you want to space them about 12 inches apart. So what I did is I laid the end of the spade on the potato and then put another one there. They may be a little bit closer, but I always say this is because I have limited space and I want to get as much out of my bed as possible. So what I do is I put my spade right there on the bottom where the potato piece is, and cover it with about 3 inches of soil. See, about like that. We just want enough that it's gonna bury the potato, like that. And then as the shoot comes up, when the little shoot comes up about, I guess maybe another 5 or 6 inches, 6 inches probably or more, then you just rake this soil over onto the shoot, cover up the shoot, just leave a little piece of it sticking out. And then as it grows, you just keep healing it up until you heal it. Probably, I'll have to add some more compost on top probably to make it a good high heel, probably about another 1.5 feet high, because what's going to happen is your tubers are going to form in this heel of soil, like they're going to form all around here. This piece is just the root, and the sprout's going to come up from that. See if I had one that had the little sprout on it. See that little sprout? I'm sure you've had these sprout in your pantry before. So as that sprout comes up and you heal the dirt around it, you're making a bed that the tubers are going to form, those big old potatoes. And then what you'll do is you'll scratch into that side of that heel to pick off your potato. Okay? I hope this makes sense. So I know it's probably a little bit time consuming to measure, so you can guesstimate. You see how that guesstimates like that? And I'm not a very good videographer and working at the same time. Like that. And then what I'll do is I'll come back with my hoe and I'm gonna fill in between these. I'll fill in between, okay, like that, so that it's level. And tap it down a little bit. Just lightly tap it down so that it has good dirt to potato contact. And I'm not gonna water these. It's not really necessary to water it because we're gonna have a lot of rain next week. And then also, I don't know if you can see the difference between this soil was what I dug up out of the ground. It's a darker color. It's got moisture in it. And then this right here is dry. So you can kind of tell the difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish covering up all these potatoes. And they recommend putting the rows further apart. But because of this 4-foot wide bed, I'm only gonna have them probably about 18 inches apart, the rows. And some places I had some extra potato pieces, so I put 2. If there might have been one piece that didn't have as many eyes in it, I went ahead and put 2 pieces of potatoes. So this is my potato bed. I'm so excited. I love red potatoes. And like I was telling you earlier, I'm gonna take this plastic, I have another sheet, and I'm gonna take the plastic and I'm gonna cover up the potato bed when we have another freeze, which is probably gonna be around next Thursday or Friday, I don't know. I've been covering up my beets and they're doing really well. So until next time, happy gardening. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.